Hey, today we're going to clean a pumpkin. We're going to use the Scoop Loop. I just got this. I just ordered this from the party I was at. I got one of the Aldis around here after Halloween had their pumpkins. They had 5 flats, at least half full of pumpkins. And they had them for 25 cents a piece. So I bought 6 of them. They'll keep for a while. My plan for them is to, use the seeds for eating and to take the flesh and dehydrate it and make pumpkin powder. It'll keep a lot longer that way. It'll take up less space. And just rehydrate it. I'll rehydrate it for making pumpkin pie or pumpkin bread or whatever. And it'll keep a lot longer. So I'm really into food preservation. I'm a prepper, but I kind of hearkening back to my Appalachian grandparents and my non-Appalachian grandparents too, just, of keeping food, in store because you had to. They didn't have Walmart or anything like that. So, anyway, and when I find a deal like this, it's just money in the bank. And so I'll take it and preserve it in some way so I have it, for cooking. So as far as the seeds go, I'm trying to do traditional eating, less than a price, eating like people used to eat. And so it's understanding that seeds of any sort, whether they're seeds like this or grains or nuts, have anti-nutrients in them, and you have to treat them a certain way before you eat them, or they will cause digestive problems. And so you either do that by soaking, sprouting, or fermenting. So with these seeds, I will soak them, and I'll put a link to an article on that in the description if you want to try to do that. And so that takes out the digestive problems that people have with eating seeds and grains and nuts. And every culture did it until industrialized food. It's when we stop doing it now, people have problems with these kinds of foods because they're not treated properly. So anyway, that's what I'll do with the seeds. With the flesh, it's not organic, and it'd be better if it was, but it's still going to be fine. And then the flesh, I'll make into a powder. Now, if you want to, I'll dehydrate it. I will dehydrate it, and sorry, Adam just walked in. In my dehydrator. If you dehydrate foods less than 118 degrees, so usually you put the setting 105 to 115, then it retains it just the nutrients, the enzymes and stuff. They just go into dormancy. And so you still get all the benefits of the food. And get out of here, you're distracting me.
Sorry, I
can't edit.
Why did I bite out of the orange without taking the peel off?
I can't edit because you're a teenager and do crazy things. Anyway,
I couldn't edit.
I don't know how yet. I don't have the software for it. So move on. Okay, and then, and as far as the flesh goes, I'm going to be using it for baking, so I'm not going to bother with, dehydrating it as raw, or I may still dehydrate it raw. You just do it a little longer, maybe a third longer than you would normally, if you do it the temperatures recommended. So if you're making smoothies and you want the benefits of that, and you just want to put a little pumpkin powder in there, I'd say go ahead and do it raw. Otherwise, if you're just going to be cooking it, it doesn't matter anyway. Or if you're going to use hot water to rehydrate it, then it doesn't benefit to do raw. But if you want to keep it raw for whatever your uses are, you just want to rehydrate in cold water, which will take longer. So I think the articles I'm posting are going to mention that stuff too. So what I'll do is I'll dehydrate it. I'll grind it up into a powder. I have a coffee grinder that I use for my herbs, but I'm probably going to use my NutriBullet. It's like the Magic Bullet, but more intense. To grind it up, you can use a food processor, a blender, or whatever, and make it a powder. You can leave it, just break it up by hand. It doesn't matter. It's just the powder takes less space and stuff. And anyway, so that's what I'm going to do with the pumpkin. I'll just do one at a time. I'm not going to try to do all of them at once. And so of course the first thing I have to do is get the seeds and these little stringy things out. So normally I would use a spoon, and I would work on this, and get this going. But see, it still leaves all that stuff. It's really hard for it to come off. I have to really push to get to it. And then sometimes I would have this Rada fruit knife, and it has a curve in it, so it gets into it better than a straight knife. And I can get it, but it's just little bitty bits. But this scoop loop thing, it has little serrated edges on it. You just take this, and you see how easy it is, and the strings are coming with it. They don't come in first pass necessarily, but you know, they're, and you're getting a larger area. I'm getting a larger area than with my, I don't know if you can see it, than with my fruit knife. And it's easier to maneuver. So I'm getting a little flesh with this, but I don't care. See if I can get this really hard part. And I wish I had some other things to show you this with. So, and it's got serrated edges on both sides, so you can flip sides. If you have it's got a wide end and a narrow end. So this, like if you're doing bell peppers, you can stick this in here and just get that whole thing of bell pepper out and get the spines out and stuff too. Anyway, so it's, you know, it's coming off. I'm just getting this in a few seconds. I can't see up here. So it's working. To me, it seems to me it works a lot better than the spoon does. So that half is pretty much done. Yeah. And so most of the seeds were in the other half. But it's these stringy things that are a pain in the butt. And you see they're just coming off. And I'm leaving, you know, you can see it's pretty smooth flesh right there. And the stringy things are kind of over here. So anyway, that's how it works. It doesn't take up much room. And when I'm doing canning or something, I like to have the best, you know, tools that I can do a large number of things with. So, you can, you know, and so obviously you can do cantaloupe with it. In the demo on their site, you can, they show doing a bell pepper. But anyway, so I'm pleased with the gadget. This is one of my newest ones. So anyway, I will put some links in there for making pumpkin powder, soaking the seeds, and anything else I can think of. So, all right, I think that's it for this one. Thanks. Bye.